Now, we're talking about self-image and self-worth today. And if you're not aware of that, and I wasn't aware of that, growing up, you believe the talk. You believe the lie. And that's what it is. The low vibration energy is constantly trying to feed us lies. Why? Because its agenda is to pull us into a low vibration energy field force, which is a nice way of saying suffering. Wants us to suffer, wants us to be anxious, worried, doubtful, fearful, etc. And if you're not energetically aware, you're going to let that low vibrate, that LV, I call it LVE energy, you're going to let it beat up on you. And when it beats up on you, it makes you feel bad. And I felt bad for many years while I'm trying to heal and fix myself. You know, I'm walking on fire. I'm doing this thing and that thing and reading this book and going out to the desert. And man, anything I'd stand on my head, anything I could think of, if it would help me deal with this condition of this torment of the negative thoughts in my head. So the best I was able to do is hold them down. It's just to hold them down, right? Hold that, just keep that, and keep them from trying to affect me. So I would be engaged, and I get a thought that says, "You're not worthy." Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. You don't deserve it. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. You'll never have that success you want. Yes, I will. No, I won't. Yes, I can. As long as you're engaged in that thought process, you're gonna be the effect of it. So what we do in energy awareness training is we get out of the thought process. We get out of the crazy thought thinking. We identify right away the nature of the thought, feeling, or emotion. And we identify it to say, that's either a high vibration energy, thought, feeling, or emotion, or it's a low vibration energy, thought, feeling, and emotion. And since our normal operating system is to be in high vibration, is to be positive, is to have things going good, that doesn't take anything to think about. It's that when we're suffering, that's when the thoughts come. Why am I suffering? Why didn't this work out? Why didn't I get more help? Why did I have to work my way through high school? Why did I go like this? And it brings you anxiety, stress, fear. All of a sudden, why? Yeah, why? What kind of energy is that? Why did I have to go through that? Why did I? It's pulling me down. It's pulling me down. So in energy awareness training, what we do is we learn to be aware of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And any thought, feeling, or emotion that shows up as any form of low vibration energy, stress, anger, worry, doubt, fear, anxiety, whatever, we're aware of that before the thought actually expands into a feeling. So you get a crazy thought or some thought that says, like if I get a thought now that says, you're not worthy of this, I went, take a big breath. I recognize it. I can recognize the intent of that thought, which is to destabilize my energy. I'm not going to let it. I got a feeling, do you remember that one time when the kids laughed at you? Especially I do a lot of speaking and before large groups. And one time I got up and spoke when I was in the 6th grade, and I made a mistake. I got one fact wrong or something, and all the kids laughed at me. And I thought, that's why public speaking is such a confront for most people. So when I go up now, the thoughts come because they never disappear, no matter how high you go. But what they do is they lessen from being strong and powerful. They lessen into this weak little thing. So when any thoughts try to come across for me, from a low vibration energy, I can spot it a mile away. I go, I've created an energetic field force. This is what I do in the exercises every day through the breathing. And I think I may take you through one here in a moment. I've developed the ability to create an energetic circumference or aura to keep the negativity out there. And that's the message that I want to give to everybody about this work, that there's no need for you to suffer anymore, especially internally. There's no need for you to put up with disabling, negative, low vibration energy, anxiety, worry, doubt, fear thoughts. There's no reason, because that's not who you are. And that's a foreign energy that's trying to take you out and pull you into the direction of low vibration energy. So when it comes to self-image and self-esteem, you heard that a lot, self-esteem. Well, when I learned self-esteem, it was one of the things I learned was coming up. You say to yourself, I am worthy. I am good. People like me. And I deserve it. Sounds like Mr. Rogers on Saturday Night Live, right? Or whoever that person was who do those affirmations. Well, you know what? You can tell yourself you're worthy till you're blue in the face. But if you don't take the energy out, dissolve it, and eventually release it so that it's not a factor anymore, you're still going to be fighting. You're worthy. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am, etc. So your self-image and your self-esteem, all of us have given that power over to somebody else. We've let somebody else define who we are. Especially in relationships. So many of us place our self-image and our self-esteem in with our relationship. We say, I've got this great relationship going. I'm very happy. I finally found somebody I can get along with, etc. Oh, okay. But what happens when that blows up or when that goes away? I know I went through that. I had a gal that she was just breathtaking. I just loved being with her. Unfortunately, she exhibited a lot of traits, coincidentally, that my mother did. And in the beginning was loving and kind and just the best thing I'd ever found. And as time went on, what did we talk about earlier? The way it started out kind of dissipated, kind of went down, kind of changed form. And then we ended up breaking up. And as good as I felt in that relationship was as bad as I felt being out of that relationship. Why? Because I had made her the source of my identity. I'm going, wow, I have her. We're together. We're this super couple, etc. And now that she's gone, who am I? What am I about? I had so much of my love and my focus on her. Now I'm alone. Now she doesn't want me anymore, or she doesn't want to continue the relationship, or whatever excuse it was. Now you're on your own again. Oh. And then what happens is this low vibration energy voice attacks you. That's what I call self-attack. This voice attacks you and says, you're not lovable. You're not worthy. You're not worthy of love. You're going to be alone your whole life. How does it feel to be alone and lonely? And you listen to these thoughts, and if you don't know, it's somebody, it's another foreign entity trying to mess with you. You go, well, it's so sly. This foreign entity uses your facts against you. It says, well, you broke up, right? Yeah. She doesn't want to continue the relationship, right? You are no longer a couple. That's right. Well, you know what that means? That means you'll never be loved again. That means you're screw up in relationships. That means that you can't have the relationship you want, et cetera, et cetera. And you're like, oh, I'm not worthy of a relationship. Oh, I'm never going to be happy. Oh, I'm going to be alone my whole life. Oh, yeah. Whose thoughts are those? Are those the thoughts that you choose for yourself? If you don't take control of your energy, the low vibration energy will take control of you. And this is the awakening. This is the aha moment that I had that changed my life from having a self-image of the memories of my parents kicking me out of the house and me being on my own and me trying to, go through life and in my career and all the things I've done, should kind of show up as strong and powerful, when inside, I'm scared to death. Can you relate to that? Can anybody relate to that? You're putting out a good front and you're scared to death that people are going to reject you, or people are going to, quote, find out that you're not what you seem to be. This tremendous internal fear that we have, that it's part of the human condition. How do we deal with it? Well, you can try positive thinking and motivation, and that might get you through the day, I guess. But what really works is being able to change the energy. And in my work, I teach that nothing changes until energy moves. Energy's got to keep moving. Your energy's got to keep moving, because movement puts you in high vibrational energy. Again, remember, we want high vibration energy. It's what I say here. What do I have to do here? It's early afternoon. What do I have to do for the darkness to come in about 8 hours? What do I have to do? Nothing. I don't have to do a thing. I don't have to do a thing. Darkness is going to come in here. It's going to be pitch black if I don't do anything. But if I want there to be light, if I want to be able to see where I'm going, if I want to be able to, to be productive here, I got to get up and I got to walk over to the light switch over here, flip the switch, and activate the energy. And this is the metaphor for us. If we want to live in our highest, fullest potential, we have to activate our energy every single day. I heard a great example of the GPS. So what's a GPS? The GPS will tell you where you want to go. From wherever you're at to wherever you want to go, whether it's the next block, the next town, across the country, the next continent, whatever it is, the GPS, the global positioning system, will show you where to go. But you know what will prevent that GPS from working? Not moving. If you don't move, if you're not moving, if the energy isn't moving, if the vehicle's not moving, the GPS doesn't work. It can't show you where you need to go unless you're in movement. And that's the way it is energetically.